Welcome in. It is the big show on the Big Ten Network. We are thrilled to have you with us for this 90-minute extravaganza back from Indianapolis. Dave Revs and Jake Butt, have you processed what we saw on Saturday night?
I've sat with it, and what a treat that was. It delivered. That felt like a national championship game. And I have this lasting image, Dave, of the shot where Signetti is going to meet Ryan Day for a handshake. 13-0, Big Ten. We're all sitting here in complete disbelief. Have you seen his face? Stoic. Yeah. He's not jumping around smiling because he expected to be there. It's on the rest of us. All of the other college football world, we got to catch up to him. This is exactly where he expected the Hoosiers to be.
Well, you were not the only one who thought it felt like a national championship, because it turns out the College Football Playoff Committee believed that they had watched the two best teams in the country go head-to-head. We've been talking about the strength at the top of the Big Ten all year, and the CFP committee agreed. 3 of the top 5 in the field are from the Big Ten. Indiana ends up number 1, obviously. Also, the unanimous number 1 in the AP poll. It's the first time ever the Hoosiers have been the nation's top-ranked team. Ohio State, who they beat in that title game, dropped just 1 spot to number 2. Oregon remains at number 5. 3 other Big Ten teams ended up ranked in the final poll. USC 16th, Michigan 18th, and Iowa finishes 23rd. And so here is a look at the final bracket. Indiana is headed to the Rose Bowl for just the second time ever, the first time since New Year's Day 1968. They will face the winner of the first round game between Alabama and Oklahoma. Ohio State will begin its quest for a second straight national title against either Miami or Texas A&M. That is on New Year's Eve in the Cotton Bowl outside of Dallas. Oregon, the highest-ranked team that did not get a bye, they will get to host a CFP game at Autzen Stadium, facing the Sun Belt champ James Madison, one of 2 teams from outside the Power 5 that made the field. The Hoosiers still basking in the glow of their 3rd ever Big Ten title, first outright since 1945, ended a 30-game losing streak against Ohio State that dated back to 1988, longest skid ever for one Big Ten team against another. Curt Signetti took over a team that had the most losses in the history of the sport 2 years ago, now has them as the nation's top team. More on the Hoosiers CFP spot. It marks the 3rd straight year the conference has had the top seed. It was Oregon last year, Michigan the year before. Again, awaiting that Oklahoma-Alabama winner would be IU's first ever meeting with the Tide. They did play Oklahoma once. They beat the Sooners 97 years ago, which does not feel overly significant to the here and now. Ashley Adamson caught up with Curt Signetti.
Coach Signetti, it's been an incredible run, and here we are, the number 1 team in the country. But you just told me that you didn't even actually watch the selection show?
Well, we got in about 5, went to bed about 5, and a little behind this morning, right? I figured we'd be number 1, and the only question I had is what the rest of the seating would look like and what our matchup would be. So I figured Jeff would give me that.
What was your reaction to the overall bracket?
Well, we know who we'll play, the winner of, and you know, we've got 3.5 weeks. Obviously, it's a long time. Have a team meeting tomorrow and set a path, and you know, you got teams in there. Everybody's capable, and great teams. You got to play well.
Do you have a preference, Oklahoma or Alabama?
No, I mean, somebody's going to win, and that's who we'll play. 2 great teams.
I got to ask you, I know this was the plan, I know this was the expectation, but did you have a moment this morning when you woke up that kind of what you guys did last night sunk in?
Yeah, a little bit after the game in the coach's room, you know, with my son, my wife and kids on the field afterward. At home, had some of my kids there, and we'll get home a little early tonight. My wife and I can reminisce a little bit, and then it's all business.
All business, and I know you've got 3.5 weeks, so just last thing. I talked to Aiden Fisher last night, and he said maybe he was hoping that you guys might let him celebrate for 48 hours instead of 24. Did you make that determination yet?
Yeah, we did give him 48 hours.
Okay.
48 hours, and then it's hardcore after that. No, not really.
We'll see you in Pasadena. Congratulations.
See you out there. Thank you.
C6 already gone soft, 48 hours. It is an amazing accomplishment. They carry so much momentum into the CFP. But you know, Sig said this to us when we were at the desk last night. Now this is the challenge, right? Is how do you make sure you're at your peak? How do you keep guys motivated through this long break here before they play. And again, you can't really prepare too much because you don't know who you're playing.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of time off, and that's a big piece of, what different head coaches have to manage. What do they do with that time off? It could be good for some and bad for others, but I think it's going to be good for Indiana because of their leadership. I mean, Signetti's one of, if not the great leaders in the sport, and their coordinators have proven to be great leaders as well. And that's another storyline here, too, is they have coordinator continuity. Those coordinators, that staff is staying aligned. There's complete alignment in this program. That's also beneficial. And then you look at just the bracket, Dave. They avoid Ohio State and Georgia. Right, so the three teams that everybody thinks have separated a little bit from the pack would be Indiana, Ohio State, and Georgia. They wouldn't have to have a rematch against the Buckeyes until the national title. If it's Georgia, they wouldn't have to face Georgia until the national title. And as soon as I say that, I actually say this. Georgia and Ohio State avoid Indiana. Indiana, they're the hunter and the kings of college football right now.
Yeah, potential to play Texas Tech, who obviously is very good as well. You think about all the droughts that they ended up. I mean, I mentioned that 30-year drought without having beaten Ohio State. They have not won a bowl game since the 1991 Copper Bowl. It is far and away the longest drought of any power conference team. You talk about, hey, what's your motivation? I mean, that's something that you can hang out there. Obviously, playing for a national championship, playing in the Rose Bowl, but I just think Signetti has this way of knowing what buttons to push. Mm-hmm. I have all the confidence in the world that whatever he needs to do to have them at their peak, they'll be ready to go.
He's had a plan for everything since he was hired. They're teleporting to go from 1991 to competing for a national title. It's remarkable.
It was fascinating to hear the national reaction last night and today. Like, people were surprised at how good they are. I mean, have you not been paying attention? Have you not watched this team all year? It's crazy. They are really, really good. As for the team they beat, they're really good too. Ohio State and the Buckeyes' quest for back-to-back national titles will take them to North Texas. They are into the CFP for the 7th time. 13th straight season they've made a major bowl. They're the only school that's been in either the New Year's Six or the playoff every year of its existence. From the Buckeyes won the national title as the 8th seed last year. They'll get either Miami or the Aggies. Now, obviously, if it's Texas A&M, there'd be a bit of a regional advantage there, just given location. The last Big Ten team to win consecutive national titles, by the way, Michigan State in the mid-'60s. Ryan Day's team will look to regroup, as it did after the Michigan game last year, and equal that accomplishment. Danny Rogers with the Buckeyes coach.
Coach, you held a team meeting right after you learned your playoff fate. What was the mood amongst your group after a tough night in the Big Ten championship game?
Yeah, it was just a quick meeting just to go through the calendar of what the next month's going to be like and just talk a little bit about, we're not going to sit here and feel sorry for ourselves. We've got a new target ahead of us.
After you digest some of the film from that Big Ten championship, what is one thing you do hope your team can build off of during this championship run?
Well, there's a lot to go through, and I think when you have a loss, it certainly, allows you an opportunity to really dive deeper into things, and you look at things that you are making assumptions on that you feel like are the right things to do, and then you go into a game like that and it doesn't work, and so you got to get those things fixed. And then the issues that are always there certainly come to the surface. So we'll look at all those things, and that's the thing. After a loss, you got to get them fixed. You got to get them addressed. We all know that we weren't our best, and that's probably what the most disappointing thing is in that game.
As you continue to move forward, and you look at Miami or Texas A&M is on the clock next, what was your first reaction when you saw those two teams that you'll play in the Cotton Bowl? Yeah,
well, we know. Looking at all four of the teams who got byes, they all have difficult roads. I mean, they're all good teams that they're going to have to play. So. We knew we were going to get really good opponents, and that's what you get when you're in the playoffs. Both of those teams, it'll be a battle, I'm sure, in the first round, and then whoever it is, will be a really good challenge for us. So, we'll look at both, but I think over the next couple of weeks, it's more important that we look at ourselves to figure out what are the areas that we've done done things well and where we need to get better, and then once we know who it is, we'll dive into the game planning.
What are some of those areas where you think they have to get better?
Short yardage. Goal line, situational football really decided that game, and it matters more to the field goal kicking is a little bit shaky. I don't know if you feel 100% certain putting the game on the foot of their kicker at this point. So then you got to say, hey, we really need to score touchdowns, short yardage and goal line. They got to figure out who they want to be. But then I think the lesson from last year is they were able to take the pain of a tough loss against Michigan, and that propelled them to higher heights. And I think the lesson is, a loss only becomes a true failure if you refuse to grow and adapt from it. That loss stung, but there's no reason to hit the panic button for Ohio State and Ryan Day. Clearly, they're not going to do that. They know as well as anybody that they can take some of those lessons from the game against Indiana and allow it to push them to higher heights.
Agree with you 100%. Also agree on what they need to work on. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that the red zone's an issue, right? They're 7th in the Big Ten now in red zone touchdown percentage. Indiana is the best red zone defense in the country. So part of that is the opponent. But when you think about the drive, we saw Julian saying where the knee went down early. I mean, and then the missed field goal. I mean, you're right there on the doorstep, and you come away twice with 0 points. You just can't have that in these huge games. But to your point, last year, we didn't feel great about Ohio State coming out of the Michigan game, and they ended up going on a historic run. There's no reason at all to think they can't do something similar. And again, the playoff committee telling us all we need to know about what they think of the Buckeyes with that number 2 seeding. Caleb Downs capturing a major postseason individual award on Sunday. I have a sneaking suspicion it's not going to be the last one for a Big Ten player. The Ohio State junior safety won the Lott Impact Trophy, which combines on-field performance as well as academics, community contributions, and leadership. Downs, the leader of an Ohio State defense that tops the nation in scoring, allowing just over 8 points per game.